Alrighty, hey team. Okay, so it is April 20th already, and last week we talked about gangsta rap connections. Basically, all that means is just how to create your list of people that you're going to contact every day. Okay, so just to review a little bit, because this call, then we're going to focus on okay, I have my list. Now what? Like, how does that actually impact my business long term? So, with your list, you should have new friends. So, people who have accepted your friend request or sent you one. And then thank yous. So, sending out, thank you so much for your support on my post or however you want to word it. But just thanking people for liking, loving, commenting on your posts. Then the third category is your random friends from your friends list. So just people that you haven't connected with for a while and you want to reconnect with them, build that relationship again. So I'm going to tell you guys kind of what I have been doing with this list over the past month. I would say maybe a month and a half. And in the beginning, I was really, really good about sending out 26 every day. Because like I talked about last week, 26 just because there's 26 lines on a sheet of paper. So that was my goal, was to send out 26 every day, Monday through Friday. It got to be a little much, and I realized that I need to get a good balance between quantity versus quality. And sometimes more quantity really isn't all that great because you end up stressed out. You end up not connecting with people as best as you could if you had focused more on quality instead of just like sheer numbers. Okay, so I kind of had to scale back a little bit as far as how many I've sent out, but those I've always said, right? The messages that you send out are the seeds that you're planting. Okay, your posts is the water for those seeds. You need both in order to make this momentum start. Okay, so when you send out those messages, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to get a response or you're not going to get a response. Well, with everybody who actually I'm going to back up just a little bit before I get into kind of the progression, but let's just back up and think about why we're doing this, okay? And let's think about the Facebook algorithm. Now, if you're watching the recording, this might not be relevant anymore, but as of right now, it is this way. When you post, the people who you have been commenting on their stuff and liking their stuff and having message conversations with them, Facebook will push that post into those people's news feeds. If it's somebody who you have not connected with in a really long time in any way that Facebook can tell, they probably are not going to see your posts. Okay? So keep on posting. All right? You've got this list. Now what, right? Keep on posting, because just being you and putting yourself out there, you are going to naturally attract people to you. You are also going to naturally repel people. And the faster that you can get to the point of being okay with that, the better. Okay? You don't want those people who you're going to repel, you don't want them in your life anyways. Okay? It can be hard when it's family and stuff like that. Yes, that's harder. But when it comes to people who even are considered friends, if you are simply being yourself and they don't like it and they're, like giving you grief about it, well, you know what? They're not that great of a friend anyways. So always remember that Dr. Seuss quote. I've posted it so many times. Those who matter don't mind, or no, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Okay, so just be you. You're going to attract people in that way. So when you send out those messages, After you've sent them out, you're going to have people who respond. You're going to have people who don't. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal either way. They might have even just gotten busy and forgot to respond. It doesn't mean that they're upset with you. It doesn't mean that they hate Beachbody. It doesn't mean anything. It's not a reflection on you whatsoever. If they don't respond, it's not a big deal. So the people who have responded to you and you've had, kind of a little bit of a conversation with, when a free group comes up next, I invite everyone to that free group. So that's like, got something in my mouth, sorry. That's like step 2, I guess, of this. You send out the message and you have a little bit of a conversation, send them an invite to the free group that we have going on. This is where it comes in. You cannot make that decision for them. I have to remind myself over and over and over again, Lacey, just send the invitation. Just put it out there, reach out your hand to help. Don't try to make that decision for them. So because I was starting to well, you know what? They probably wouldn't want to be in this group because, well, they probably, would think this or it's not my place to make that decision for them. It's my job to just reach out my hand and say, hey, you know what? I've got this group. It's got really good content, whether it's free clean eating. It's got awesome recipes and really good tips. Would you want to be a part of it? I'm reaching out my hand. There's no reason why I shouldn't do that with every single one of those people, no matter what category, whether it be a new friend, a thank you, or the random friends, whatever category it is on my list, I need to send them an invitation to a free group. Now, if they have already come back with, well, yeah, I know you just sent me a friend request because you want to sell me Beachbody crap, and I'm not interested in anything Beachbody ever, so please don't invite me. But yeah, don't invite them. They're not worth your time. But unless they have seriously, blatantly told you, I don't want to be part of any of your groups, it does not hurt anything at all to just send that invitation. Okay? Free group invitations are the most natural invitations I've ever sent out. It's like, hey, I've got free content. You want in or not? No big deal. It's not how I phrase it. But so that is my step number 2, is invite everyone who you've messaged to that free group. Now, if it's somebody who hasn't responded, but yet I know from their Facebook profile or something that, you know what, they seem like a really nice person, even though they didn't respond, I'm comfortable sending this invitation out. I don't think it would feel cold or anything like that. Do it. Go ahead and do it. Okay? So after that, you're going to have people who say yes and then people who say no. I absolutely love sending out these invitations because they're like my favorite days. So many people are like, I would love that. Thank you so much for thinking of me. And even the people who say no to me are like, you know what? Thank you for thinking of me, but not right now. It's just not going to work out for me to be in that group. I've never had anybody come back and, be upset with me. So it's really good validation. This whole process, especially sending out those thank you messages to begin with, people come back and they're like, well, of course I would support you. You are so inspiring. Whatever it might be, it's like, oh, yay. I'm inspiring them. So after the people say yes, they get into the free group, I always follow up with them or kind of check in with them, see how the group is going one time. Okay, so even though my free clean eating group is 2 weeks long, I am very interactive in the group and everything. And then after, it's usually Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere in there of the second week that I'll just check in with them. just something really simple. Hey, how is the group going? Or I hope that it's going really well. Have you found any recipes that you like? It's just something like that, just checking in and seeing how it's going. From there, you hit another fork in the road, okay? So there's people that, most people would respond at that point in time. But here you have, yeah, I found so many recipes. This group has been awesome. Thank you so much for putting it together. Or, you know what, Lacey? Life got so busy and I was not able to even keep up with the posts. I had such good intentions, but I wasn't able to do it. So there you have one of two ways, okay? If they say yes, that, oh my gosh, this group has been amazing and blah, 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 then I would invite them into our next challenge group. So, and it's just super smooth. It's so natural when they have already found value. You've already built a relationship. And at that point, inviting into a challenge group is like, it's so easy. If they say, you know what, life got busy and I was not able to participate, I wasn't even able to try any of the recipes, then I tell them, hey, you know what, it's no big deal. I completely understand getting really busy. I'm going to be running this group, or my team is going to be running this group every month. So with the Free Clean Eating group, I do run it, every month. Virtual Fit Club is like every other month. But I just let them know that, like, especially with the Free Clean Eating group, I run this exact same group every month. So would you want me to just let you know when the next one comes along so that you can kind of see if maybe life has slowed down at that point? And it's just, like offering your hand out again, and you just mark your calendar. Then if they say yes, all right, cool. Well, then I'm going to mark my calendar and make sure that the next time that group comes up, I just let them know about it. And again, I'm just reaching out my hand. So the way that I like to reframe inviting, you've heard me say it like how many times here, but is I'm seriously just reaching out my hand to help them. And if they want to take my hand, awesome. If they don't, okay, no big deal. I'm still here for you if you need me. And if the time comes that you do need my help, you know where to find me. Just like we talked about last week, as far as why making these lists, why should I be sending out these messages? It's because most people, when you send them, aren't going to be ready for your help right away. But you're establishing yourself as a go-to resource for them when they're ready. So I even have it on my wall here because I was getting stressed out and weighed down from conversations, and I just felt super emotionally drained because I was giving my all, my heart into these conversations, but yet I felt like I didn't have any left to give. So I wrote down, what weighs me down in conversations, and I said, I feel fake. I'm asking about how they're doing, but do I really care? And that took some personal development and some reflection, because I do really, really care. But doing it this way with the list, the Gangster Rap Connections list of 26, and then just naturally following that flow of inviting, I don't feel fake at all. I do care about them a lot, and it just it's so much more natural. So you have to find your groove that works for you. And when you're sitting there at your computer wondering okay, I have this list and I don't even know what I'm going to talk to this person about, what I always ask myself is, all right, what would I say to them if I saw them in the grocery store? And that's exactly what I type out. Hey, how have you been? It's been such a long time since I got to talk to you. Just something super simple that's in your voice, whatever you would actually say. Because sometimes it can be really easy when you're typing to like sound really professional or, you know, like really slang or something like that, but just type exactly how you would speak. I use talk to text on my phone all the time because it captures exactly how I talk. Obviously, you don't get tone of voice, but like all of these different, you know, I say you guys all the time, even if I'm talking to girls. It's just how I talk, and it works really good that way, and people can get to know me when I speak when I type the way that I would usually speak. So I'm trying to think if I have any other tips. It's kind of a shorter call tonight, which is always kind of a fun surprise. But yeah, Jess, do you have any questions?
No, not right now.
Okay.
I definitely think that just having that, giving those ideas of first work on the free group and then have that lead into the challenge group. I never even thought of doing it that way, so that was a good idea.
Good. Yeah, I hadn't either until I actually listened to, it was a podcast from Amy Porterfield, and she was talking about how to like rock free groups or free challenges. She's not even like anything that has to do with Beachbody, but she had a guy on there that is like a marketing guru kind of, and he talked about how to invite into them, and then also all throughout the free group, give them, you know, a taste of what your paid product would be like, you know. So in the free eating group, I talk about how the camaraderie and the positivity and all of that aspect of a challenge group. And then I also kind of touch on, I plant the seed as far as what Shakeology is all about. And that way it's completely free information and they can take it or leave it. You know, like if they're not interested and they just want the recipes, that's awesome. You know, they're at least still getting value, but yet the people who do want more from it, it's like a gateway, which is really nice.
Yeah, definitely going to try and use that more. Because
Yeah.
I think that's where I struggled the most was like they don't even know what we have to offer, and now I'm trying to invite them into these challenge groups and they're
Right.
not even sure if they would even be interested.
Right. Exactly. And two, like when I dig a little deeper on my posts, you know, and I talk about like kind of the wide array of fitness program, meal plan, Shakeology, community. You know, like when I talk about all of that together in my posts, all throughout, it just takes time, you know, for your audience to kind of understand what you're doing too. But yeah, it definitely helps to. Oh, and then what I was going to say too is that how I make my invite lists is actually on, you know, whatever day or days it is that I want to invite to the free clean eating group. I go back in my Facebook Messenger, and I use Teamsy now, so it's a little bit different. But what I would recommend if you don't have Teamsy, Teamsy is a website that actually you can track your conversations and organize them and stuff. But if you don't have that, just go back in your Facebook Messenger and write down a whole list of, you know, like free clean eating group. All right, I'm going to invite Stephanie and Jessica and Terry and, you know, whoever. And that way you have that whole list in front of you, and then you can figure out kind of what your invitation would want to say, how you want to say it, and then you can send it out to all those people. So yeah, staying organized and creating systems is something that I wish that I would have done a lot sooner. I really think that my business could have taken off a lot better and gone a lot smoother if I had actually been more organized and more diligent about following systems.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now too, is just how to make that all work.
Yeah, because flying by the seat of my pants and trying to remember everybody does not work very well. So yeah, do you have any other questions or no?
No, not right now. No.
Okay, Sounds good. Well, I'm going to wrap it up then, and I hope you have a good night, though.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.